Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be recapping today's NBA games, as there were some very interesting games and some very interesting headlines in today's games. Starting off with the best performance of the day, the 76ers beat the Wizards 146-128. Joel Embiid has 48, 11, and 6 in only 3 quarters played. Tyrese Maxey had 22 and 11, and also you got to see the 76ers debuts of Marcus Morris Sr., Nicholas Batum, and KJ Martin. Now, Robert Covington did play in this game, but he did play in their previous game against the Phoenix Suns. He had 7 points with 3 steals. Morris had 3. Batum had 11, making three three-pointers. And KJ Martin had 0 points, but only played 4 minutes. And then also 14 points for DeAnthony Melton and 18 points for Tobias Harris. For the Wizards, 28 points for Kuzma, 23 for Jordan Poole, and 16, 5, and 6 for Denny Avdija. The fact that the 76ers scored 146 today, that wasn't even the most points scored by an NBA team today. And that team was the Pacers. The Pacers beat the Spurs 152-111. And the Pacers win this one by a total of 41 points. This was a back-to-back for the Spurs, and so I will say that. And also, they were missing some guys. Still no Devin Vassell, who they're without. I think they're missing one other player. Doug McDermott led them in scoring with 17. Wembanyama had 13 and 10, but I think his minutes were a little bit down with them, it being a blowout. Keldon Johnson had 16. For the Pacers, their leader in scoring was Tyrese Haliburton with 23 points. So not success for Victor Wembanyama, but heading over to another Texas basketball star, Luka Doncic in the Dallas Mavericks. We're not in Dallas today, but they were in Orlando as they get the win 117-102. This was a back-to-back for the Mavs and Luka, and they get a win. After Friday, they lost the Nuggets in their perfect season. Now they've won 2 in a row, and they're 6-1. So that's great for the Mavs, 117-102. For Luka, he led them in scoring with 29, but a near triple-double for Kyrie, 21, 6, and 10. 13 for Grant Williams. He continues to shoot the ball good from 3, 2 for 5 tonight. 10 for Derek Lively, and 21 for Tim Hardaway Jr. For the Magic, 22 for Paolo Banchero, 12 for Franz Wagner, and 19 for Mo Wagner, 19 for Cole Anthony. That bench is pretty good for the Magic. And then getting over to Detroit as the Warriors beat the Pistons 120-109. I'm sorry, Warriors fans, but this is not that much of an impressive win. You beat the Pistons, who were 2-5, by 11 points. And you were only up by 1 point going in to the fourth quarter. Keep in mind the Pistons didn't have Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey, Joe Harris, Alec Burks, and Bojan Bogdanovic. Missing all those guys, and the Warriors only won by 11, and we're only up by 1 going into the fourth quarter. Yeah, it's not that impressive to me, just in my opinion. But still, some good performances from their guys tonight. Steph Curry, 34, 17 for Klay Thompson, 17 for Chris Paul, 10 points for Jonathan Kuminga. Lakers, Heat, Anthony Davis, we all knew was coming. Anthony Davis has gotten injured, but Anthony Davis says he's playing Wednesday against my Houston Rockets. 30 points for LeBron James, 23, 10, and 9 for Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves, better basketball. Been waiting to see it, especially, I don't know. I know a lot of people don't play fantasy basketball, but I have him on my fantasy team. Also, a really big fan of Austin, so hoping he could get heated. And he did tonight. Really good performance from Austin Reeves, 3 for 8 from 3. He's been solid so far, but not the Austin Reeves we saw throughout the season. Throughout the postseason and the end of the regular season last year. But this is the Austin Reeves we saw last year. Davis had 9 and 6 and 4 before he got injured with a groin injury. I think he only played 25 minutes, though. What a performance from Bam Adebayo. One of the most underrated performances throughout the day. 22 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, 28 points for Jimmy Butler, and 22 points for Tyler Hero. LeBron also had 30 points in this game. How about the debut of James Harden going over to another Los Angeles team? The Clippers lose 97-111. This one doesn't surprise me. There's going to be some chemistry issues in the first game between this new Clippers squad. The Knicks have been struggling recently. They're 2-4. Julius Randle has been playing terrible. Him and the Knicks have been getting a lot of hate. So I knew they would, going back home, I knew they were going to they were going to switch some things up. And I knew Randall was going to have a good performance, and he did. 27 and 10. RJ had 26. And Brunson, just coming off the best game of his season with 45 points, he only had 7 tonight. Mitch Robinson had a double-double, 13 and 15. For the Clippers, their leader in scoring was Kawhi Leonard with 18. James had 17 and 6 in his Clippers debut. Russ had 17, and Paul George had 10 with 3 steals and 7 rebounds, 14 for Norman Powell. Great win for the Knicks at home. One of the most entertaining games to watch throughout the day. The Bucks beat the Nets 129 to 125. Cam Thomas scores 45. Bridges scores 31. Those two guys combined for 76 points. Ben Simmons only took 3 shots, was 1 for 3, had 2 points and 4 assists, but had a season-high 15 rebounds and 19 points for Lonnie Walker V. Giannis had 36 and 12, although he only shot 1 for 7 from 3, and Dame had 21. Middleton had 15 in only 21 minutes. The Bulls beat the Jazz and snap a losing streak. Well, the Jazz keep the losing streak at it and win 130 to 113. 24 points for Zach LaVine, 21 for DeRozan, 18 for Kobe White, and then some good scoring off the bench for them as well. As off the bench, they had 12 from Drummond, 10 from Caruso, 12 for Javon Carter, and 8 for Ayo Dosunmu. For the Jazz, 29 for Lauri Markkanen, 15 and 15 for Walker Kessler, 13 for Kelly Olynyk. For the Rockets and the Kings, the Rockets win their 3rd straight game. That's the second best winning streak in the NBA. Number 1 is the 76ers at 5. The Rockets are at 2 at number 3. As a Rockets fan, never thought I'd say the Rockets have the second largest winning streak in the NBA. They are tied with the Timberwolves at 3, though. At 2. Rockets get the win over the Kings tonight, though, 122 to 97. Rockets have just beat the crap out of the Kings in the last 2 games. I know people say no De'Aaron Fox, although the Rockets are playing without their best player off the bench, and Tari Eason, and their best guard off the bench, and I'm in Thompson. So without Thompson and Eason, the Rockets managed to win these 2 games, and I think that the Rockets are they're manageable to beat the Sacramento Kings, but I know the Kings are not that great without De'Aaron Fox, and they showed it in these past 2 games against the Houston Rockets. But in my honest opinion, I will say that the Sacramento Kings, even without De'Aaron Fox, should not be losing by 25 points and 18 points in 2 games against the Houston Rockets. If they would have lost, and let's say it would have been in the area of a loss of 1 to 8 points, I'm like, okay, they're without Fox. But to lose by 25 points, the Rockets are not that much better than them to lose by 25 points. This game should have been closer. They're a good team. They're still a solid team without Fox. I think the Rockets and the Kings are near the same tier if you subtract Fox away from the Kings. But in these last 2 games, their loss differential against the Rockets is 43 points. Even without Fox, I still think that it should be less than that, but that's just my opinion. Great win for my Rockets, though, 122 to 97. So for the Rockets, you had 23 points for Jalen Green. He had 19 in the first half, but all their starters, they all played less than 30 minutes. Jalen, I think, played 26. Fred only played 20-something. I know Sengun played 26. Brooks had 28. Jabari had 22. I think Sengun had 24. Jalen had 23. 17, 8, and 12 for Sengun. Only thing that frustrates me for this win for the Rockets, as a Rockets fan, is that Sengun didn't play that much, and because of and if he did play a little bit more, Sengun would have had his first triple-double of the season. It was 2 rebounds away. 9 points for Dillon Brooks with 6 rebounds. Before you start hating on Dillon Brooks, Dillon Brooks is back to normal after scoring 26 and 20 in the last 2 games. Keep in mind, Brooks only played 28 minutes, and he's been averaging about 32 to 35 minutes a ball game. And also, Brooks only took 6 shots tonight and was 3 for 6, shooting 50%, and shot 34% from 3, 1 for 3. And Dillon Brooks was being a team player tonight. Some of their other guys, like Sengun had 13 shots, Jabari had 8, Jalen had 9, Fred had a total of 8 as well. So, other guys were taking shots. Dillon was being a team player tonight for the Houston Rockets. And those are a lot of shots for the Rockets starters when they played the amount of minutes they did tonight. Also, 13 points off the bench for Aaron Holiday. For the Kings, their leader in scoring was 15 points for Keon Ellis, and then 13 points for Kevin Huerter. Only 8, 8, and 5 for Sabonis. Then the Thunder beat the Hawks 126 to 117. Good win for the Thunder. 30 for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's back for the Thunder. 16 and 12 for Chet Holmgren. 21 for Jalen Williams. And then Josh Giddey had 8, 7, and 4. For the Hawks, 29 for DeJounte Murray. 22 and 11 for Trae Young. And then 15 for Sadiq Bey. 14 rebounds for Onyeka Okongwu. Timberwolves hand the Celtics their first loss of the season for 114 to 109 in overtime, and outscore them by 5 in overtime, 114 to 109. 32 points for Jason Tatum, but more importantly, Anthony Edwards, 38, 9, and 7, and he was key in overtime. Shot 15 for 25 in the ballgame, 20 for Jaden McDaniels as well, 14 and 12 double-double for Rudy Gobert, 7 and 10 for Cat with 3 assists. 8 points for Mike Conley, and 14 points for Naz Reid. Good win for the Timberwolves. For the Celtics, 32 for Tatum, 20 for Porzingis, 26 for Jaylen Brown, 12, 11, and 6 for Drew Holiday, and 11 for Sam Hauser. Nuggets, Pelicans, good game, very high-scoring game. Nuggets win 134 to 116. This was a little bit of a high-scoring first half. Pelicans were up 71 to 59 at halftime, till the Nuggets outscored the Pelicans by 19 in the third quarter, 21 to 40. Then the Nuggets were up 99 to 92 going into the fourth quarter, and then the Nuggets continued to pull away even more, outscoring the Pelicans by 35 to 24 in the fourth quarter. Both players without key players, though. Both starting point guards. Pelicans without C.J. McCollum. He's going to be out for the next 2 weeks. And the Nuggets without Jamal Murray. He's going to be out for the next week, if not more. And the Pelicans are also still missing Trey Murphy, the third. 134 to 116 is the final score. Triple-double for Jokic, 34, 14, and 12. 22 for Michael Porter Jr., 21 for Julian Strawther. He looks great. He needs to get more minutes. He only played like 19 minutes tonight. Shot 8 for 13, 5 for 9 from 3. He's a great player. He's very underrated. For the Pelicans, 22 points for Brandon Ingram, 20, near triple-double for Zion. I don't know if that would have been his first of his career, but definitely could have been. 20, 10, and 9 for Zion. 31 for the rookie Jordan Hawkins. That's a little bit surprising. 17 for Matt Ryan, not the football player, the basketball player. Matt Ryan's making a name for himself in New Orleans. He's playing great this season, shooting the ball, lights out. That's the video, though. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on today's NBA games, and peace out.